Welcome back to our RSI recorded webcast series. These recordings have been developed in support of the articles, blog posts, and podcast episodes that you can find on restac.net in our resource center. There you can also find relevant restaurant industry trends and topics such as budgeting, food costing, menu engineering, labor management, hospitality compliance, and more. If you've got any questions during the presentation, tweet them to us at RSI Operations, #It's Game Time.
Thanks, Lauren. Being that we're in the peak of summer and summertime is usually a peak for restaurant sales, we decided this month was the perfect time to talk about execution. To start us off, RSI Partners Strategic Development Officer Matt Bonini headed out to Washington to chat with longtime RSI users Tom and Tessa Adelot, owners of Doc's Marina Grills. When we first came up with the idea to discuss best practices for proper operational execution, Tom and Tessa popped into our heads as a no-brainer to feature in our latest podcast episode. These two have truly done it right and offer the same useful tips and advice that have enabled them to open a second Doc's location with future goals to open 3 more. After listening to Matt, Tom and Tessa chat about how the first Doc's Marina started and coming full circle to where they are now, we started to see a common thread woven throughout the conversation: the importance of your vision. So important, in fact, we decided to blog about it.
All right, guys, so if you've been following along with our previous podcast, blog post, and web series, you know that we've been educating you on the importance of budgeting, cash flow, and hiring the right team members. It's all practice, though, leading up to now. Now is finally game time, the time when we can take all of that information and apply it when you'll need it most, during the summertime rush. Every restaurant owner loves the summer season when the flip-flops and tank tops are in full swing and everyone's over their winter slump. I'm sure you know how it goes. When the weather is nice, the people will flock and sales skyrocket. We found that restaurants not only thrive during this period, but they surpass all financial norms. Have you set yourself up for success to do the same? So in today's webcast, we're going to talk about your blueprint for success. We'll take you back to the basics and show you the tools that will enable you to stack your deck and ensure that in times of excess like summer, you're still executing to the highest standards and providing your guests with unparalleled service.
Awesome. So before you can achieve proper operational execution, it's essential to have a clear vision to actually execute upon. I'm sure most, if not all of you, have heard the term having a laser-like focus. Well, when it comes to your restaurant, we firmly believe you need to have a laser-like vision. Having a strong and clear vision provides you the stable base in every decision you make for the business. It essentially becomes your blueprint for success, the foundation that enables you to easily decipher the decisions that will fall in line with the triangle of balance: good for the team, good for the guests, and of course, good for profit.
No one knows your brand like you do, so one of the most critical aspects of your vision is sticking to it. We've mentioned this notion throughout some of our best operational practices such as budgeting and cash management, and it's still relevant here. You must stay the course. Once you're firm in your vision, you can then start to identify your guest, pinpoint their needs, and devise a logical strategy to provide a service that will meet those needs as they fit within your vision. You'll also afford yourself the opportunity to formulate a hiring strategy with the purpose of bringing on team members and hiring for management from a pool of individuals who share your vision and understand how to implement it in all areas of your brand, thus all working towards the same goal. And a side note, if you guys want to see a more in-depth review of best practices in hiring for the long haul, check out last month's podcast, blog post, and webcast in our RSI Resource Center. So finally, on this point, get your message out there. Embrace your guests and allow them to see that you've taken notice to their needs and are able to provide a service that accommodates them.
All right, so now that we've discussed how to bring your vision to life as the pulse of your restaurant, especially in a time like summer when it's your opportunity to maximize profits, we can dive in and talk about how to execute on that vision to reap its sweet rewards. We're going back to basics. I can't stress enough how important it is to stick to the fundamentals when sales are booming and everything seems to be going your way. It's critical that you run your ship the same way as you did when it was lean. So keep in mind the basics like your standard of service, your hardworking budgets, and your 7-day cash management tactics. These are the cornerstones that will keep you on solid ground even after the summer rush dies down.
Thanks, Kat. Summer is also a time when you can afford to seek out your areas of opportunity to fix what's broken. So take a step back and see what team members rise to the top. Your management team can really become a driving force behind your success, so empower your employees to take ownership and accountability within their positions. For example, your weekly purchase journal and labor forecasting tools will enable your team to help control costs and additionally identify areas of opportunity to keep those prime costs in line. All right, you know the fundamentals. We've gone through them since February, so just keep them in your operational routines and you'll already be a step ahead of the game. But what about getting leaps and bounds ahead of the game, though? I mean, so far ahead of the game, it's almost unfair to everyone else. Yep, I'm talking about stacking your deck, utilizing the secret weapons that not everyone has caught on to yet. I guarantee you, once you see the benefits, there will be no turning back.
So let's start with menu engineering. You have your summer menu set, maybe a few specials, and lots of you are probably already thinking about your seasonal fall menu, as you should. But do you know whether your mango habanero chicken wings actually make you any money? Can you accurately identify the relationship between the sales and profitability of each menu item in your organization? The operative word here is relationship. As the word implies, there's more than one key metric to keep an eye on. Accurately identifying and understanding these relationships is what makes menu engineering about as difficult as a hole-in-one. And consistently managing this task is the outcome of the system we're using to obtain the results. See, guys, this is where you can catapult yourself ahead of the game by properly engineering your menu and then using that information to sell more of the right items, ultimately making you more dough. Another secret weapon to successful operational execution is performing inventory. To properly perform inventory, you need a military-like discipline and exceptional organizational abilities. Fortunately, these traits can be acquired over time through little structure and repetition. If done properly, performing inventory on a consistent basis enables you to better manage general restaurant volatility such as food and labor costs, gross profit, repair and maintenance, and also your cash flow. Stay tuned, and next month we're going to dive right into an in-depth look at inventory and how it's beneficial for your restaurant and what a proper inventory anatomy should look like.
We hope we were able to show you the value of having a clear vision, how to execute that vision, plus a few extras on really packing that punch. Just remember, we're here to educate and assist you with best practices, insider tips, and of course the same tools that we offer to our clients. If you have any questions about what we do, or if you found any of the information in this presentation relevant to your own restaurant, please don't hesitate to reach out and request a demo.